Good to see you again. It's been a few weeks, so I've taken some time to myself to be with the family, but I'm now getting back into the rhythm of things. So I'm going to start off with a nice gentle flow. It's only going to be a short one, but it's going to be nice and chill. Good one for the morning session or the evening. But yeah, either way, good to see you here again. And yeah, let's get stuck into it. I'll see you on the mat. So we're going to start in a child's pose. Let's start nice and soft. So I'm going to spread my knees nice and wide to the edges of the mat here. The feet touching together and just dropping the chest down with the arms extended. So we're going to stay here for a little bit just to open up the hips, to drop into the practice in a nice, calm, collected way. So we'll stay here for a bit and just breathe into this sensation. And perhaps while you're down here, you can just lengthen your breaths on your exhale, just deepen a little bit, soften a bit more into the child's pose. So even inviting a little bit of sound on your exhales. And we can just start to walk the hands over to the right side. And gently walk them over to the left. And back to center. Now walk the hands up towards the knees. From here, rock forwards onto your hands and knees, untuck the toes, and just step yourself into a tabletop position. From here, untuck the toes, and we'll move through some cat-cows. As usual, this is a great way to wake up the spine, to wake up the body. Using the breath, I'm pushing the earth away as I exhale. And as I inhale, I scoop the head up and the belly comes down. Exhale, push the earth away. Inhale, head comes up, belly comes down. Exhale, push the earth away. And coming down, now making circles with the body. Both directions. While I'm doing this, making sure that my fingers are spread nice and wide and my palms pushed into the floor. Again, sound effects are always welcome, so if you want to bring out your animalistic energies while you're moving and circulating, feel free to. Maybe you want to twist your head a little bit. This can be as soft or as slow as you want it to be. And we'll come back to a neutral position. I'm going to extend my right leg out to the side now, pushing my toes into the floor. Extend that right arm up to the sky. With my right hand now, I'm going to thread it underneath. And then shoot it back up to the sky. So the inhale brings it up. Exhale threads it underneath. Inhale brings it up. Exhale, thread it underneath. Inhale up. Leave it up there. Push the fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, circulate the arm up and over with the thumb pointing up. And then swim the arm around. So making big circles now. Following the thumb, if you see what I'm doing here, my thumb is pointing up and then it twists, so it's pointing down. Then my arm is twisting. And I'm inhaling as I come up and exhaling as I sweep that arm down. And then exhale, place the right hand to meet the left. Bring that right knee in. Extend both legs into your plank position. Hold for a couple of breaths. And then drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Here I'm going to lift my right leg out to the side and just start doing some nice circular movements here to open up the hips. And let's move through a few of these. And tuck the knee up into the chest. And then land back down. I'm going to repeat that cycle on the other side. So I'm going to tuck the left knee up into the chest. And then start circulating the left knee now. And I'm going to step that left foot out to the side, and we're going to repeat the process on the opposite side. So you can look at it from this direction. I'll give you a bit of a different view here. So now we're shooting the left foot out to the side. My left hand comes up to the sky, and it's going to thread down on the exhale. Inhale comes up, exhale comes down. Inhale comes up. As I'm doing this, I'm really opening up the chest, extending the fingertips towards the sky, and I look towards my fingertips. Exhale, I fold down. Inhale, I come up. As I'm doing this, my bottom hand is pushing the earth away. My fingers are spread nice and wide. Up, lifting that hand up to the sky. And then on the exhale, we're going to start swimming the arm down like we did with the other side, right? So it's swimming. My thumb is pointing down here, and as my arm swings around, my thumb turns up. And you can follow your thumb with your eyes if you like. And all while this is happening, this opposite foot, this foot is pushing into the floor, my hand is pushing down into the earth. Okay, let's place the left hand to meet the right, step that left knee in, untuck the toes and push ourselves up into our downward facing dog. From here, let's just hang here for a bit, drop into the breath, feel the feet, feel the heels driving down to the floor. And a few deep breaths here. And then slowly, we're going to lower the knees down to the floor. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, push back. Inhale, drop the knees, look forwards. Exhale, push back. So when I'm pushing back, I'm lifting from the tailbone up towards the sky. So I'm getting a lift sensation from the tailbone. Again, one more time, we go down, we lift the head looking forwards. Exhale, push the floor away, lift the tailbone up to the sky. From here, let's walk the dog out. So driving the heels one at a time down to the floor. While we're doing this, you can start to rock the hips as usual. I like to add a little bit more kind of animalistic movements into this walking of the dog. So really rocking the hips. Maybe you want to bend the elbows, or you can just gently walk the feet out. And then slowly, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, into a little forward fold, hang for a moment. And then from here, we're going to heel and toe the feet out. To a wider stance, we sit the bum down to the floor, and we're in our squat position here. And there is always the option to have the elbows pushed into the knees, rock around a little bit here. Again, always the option to play a little bit with mobility. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. We can stay here in our squat position, or we can bring our squat to the top of the mat, and I can stay as is, or I'm going to travel up and down the mat now using my knees. So I'm going to just walk and step. So I'm pushing my knee down to the floor, comes up, I take a step. I push my knee down to the floor, bring it up, I take a step. Push it down, take a step. Okay, so you can give that a go. Again, you don't have to do any of this. You can just remain in the squat position, or you can also remain in the same position, and you can also just play a little bit with dropping the knees into the center. Again, these are all just variations. I'm always kind of discovering new ways to incorporate the same position, but moving, creating mobility, it's all nice things to explore if you feel the urge to, but it's not necessary. So from here, I'm going to rock forward onto my knees, drop my hands to the floor, and then slowly drop my chest to the floor. Okay, so we were here. We're going to try and just do this smoothly. So we rock forwards with the knees, drop the hands, and then come down. Okay, shoot the elbows underneath the shoulders, push the tops of the feet into the floor, and Sphinx pose. So hands come down, push into the earth, we lift up the chest, and we stay here for a little bit to experience the beautiful posture of the Sphinx. Again, I'm always trying to incorporate new transitions, so going from one pose to another in a creative way is always fun to explore. So squat into the Sphinx position, it just came to me in that moment, so we did it, we got here, it seemed to work. So here we are, the Sphinx position. And as I'm doing this, again, pushing my palms and my hands into the floor, lifting the chest up, I'm dragging the earth towards my body. And now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna lay the chest down to the floor, turning this into an arm stretch now. Extend the left arm out to the side. We roll over onto the side. You may have done this one in the shoulder opening sequence. And again, I'm now using my foot to prop myself up. And this time we're just going to stay here with the hand pushing into the floor. Left hand, again, also pushed into the floor. Allow yourself to feel into this stretch. So maybe you even want to close your eyes for a moment. And letting the breath go a little bit deeper into the body by consciously sending it into the nose, down into the areas of the body you feel the tension or the tightness. And as you exhale, see if you can sink into that position to see what kind of new space you can kind of open up. So we're going to untwist, and we're going to go directly over to the other side. So I'm going to extend my right arm out to the side, twisting over. And again, this hand here is pushing into the floor. Left foot is like a kickstand. And coming back onto our bellies. From here, I'm going to inhale, lift my head up, lift my chest up, lift my legs up, and my hands, and come down. Do this a couple more times. So we're working a little bit of strength into the lower back. This is a very gentle one, so just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. Extend the arms if you wish to. Exhale, bring it down. Take the hands wider than the mat. Inhale, we come up, cobra. Exhale, we drop down. Inhale, we peel the chest up. Exhale, we drop down. Inhale, peel the chest open. And exhale, we stay here at this time. If you wish to, you can be on the fingertips or palms down. I have this bend in my elbows, looking forwards. You can adjust the neck, but we're trying to avoid this. We want to have a gentle gaze forwards. And we slowly unravel. Hands underneath the shoulders, untuck your toes, push yourself back onto your knees, and then drive the hips up like we did before. We exhale, push those hips up to the sky, stepping into a downward facing dog. From here, inhale with the right leg up, and then exhale, we're just going to circulate the knee a couple of times, or maybe a few more times. Feels quite nice. And then open up the hip to the side, trying to keep the shoulders squared here. So I'm driving my right shoulder down to the floor, opening up the hip, and then slowly drive that knee towards the outside of your mat, stepping to the outside, dropping the back knee to the floor. Untuck the toes, so my knee is on the floor at the back. From here, take my right hand, push open the knee, coming into this variation of a lizard lunge. And release that, and coming down onto the forearms if you have it, or just down onto the hands, and we'll go into the lizard lunge. Again, breathing deeply into the space. Me, I'm feeling a lot of tightness up through here, through my hamstrings, through the inside of my thigh. I'm trying to consciously send my breath into that space to become more aware, to release a little bit more. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly push the hands into the floor. Step the left foot up to meet your left hand on the outside. We're in our squat position. Squat the knees down. Here we are back in our squat position. From here, again, drive the elbows into the knees. Open up a little bit. And then pushing the hands down into the floor. We're going to step the right foot back. We're in our lizard lunge on the opposite side, so dropping the knee to the floor. Untuck the toes. First, if you wish to, the opening of the knee. So I'm driving the left hand into the left knee. Opening up here through the side of the body. This feels amazing, so I highly recommend trying this. And coming back to the lizard lunge. Again, option to come down onto the forearms. Oh, my yoga mat is so dirty. Coming onto the forearms. Again, pushing that back foot into the floor. We're in our traditional lizard lunge here. Breathing into it. My left side is definitely tighter than my right, so maybe you resonate with that. Maybe one side is a little bit tighter than the other. Either way, same kind of thing. Breathe into that space where you feel tightness in the legs. Take your time with it. We're here for, let's say, another 3 breaths. And we're all gonna meet in this position here with our hands pushed into the floor. Untuck the toes at the back and step the left foot back to meet the right. Short plank pose here, and then bend at the knees, shooting the hips up towards the sky. We're in our downward facing dog. Walk out the feet. Now we're gonna walk the feet up towards our hands, and I want you to do it in a weird kind of way. So see if you can kind of weave your feet to different positions. As you see, I'm not trying to do it in any particular way. I just thought of this for now. It's actually quite fun. So start to like twist your hips. And instead of just walking in a straight line towards where your hands are, I want you to kind of twist your feet or walk to one side and then walk to the other side. Get a bit creative in how you get to the top where your hands are. And when you get to your hands, forward fold. Let's hang here for a little bit. So, hanging around, it feels good. Option always, if you wish, take a hand of the opposite elbows and you can sway around. And while you're here, just continue hanging. Let your head gravitate towards the floor. As usual, maybe feel a little bit of decompression in the spine, so maybe it feels quite intense. Either way, we hang here for a bit longer. Try and relax your jaw and your face so that it just melts down to the floor. And then slowly we roll up, inhaling all the way up. Spread the arms nice and wide, look towards your fingertips. Exhale, drop them heavy. Inviting sound, so inhale, bring them up. Exhale, drop them heavy. Nice, it's like your arms are made of lead and you've held them up and then they just drop heavy. So let's do that again. Exhale, drop them heavy. Nice, let's shake it out. This shaking is so nice. Let's shake the arms out, let's shake the hands out. Again, inviting sound into the practice is always a very powerful tool. Maybe you have the space for the sound, maybe it's a humming, maybe you want to stick the tongue out of the mouth, make some extra noise. Whatever you feel comfortable with, or maybe you want to make yourself feel even uncomfortable by doing it. Test yourself a little bit, play a bit with your comfort zone. So shake it out. That's what I love to do in my workshops. I like to push the boundaries a little bit, especially when I'm teaching in person. I like to have a whole group of people shaking and yelling and screaming, and it's a lot of fun because we hold back a lot in our day-to-day life with our voice, with how much we express ourselves. So I think it's very important that in a space, or we create a conscious space to let out sound and expression of ourselves, of our emotional world, because a lot of the time it wants to freaking scream to the world, but we bottle it all up. We hold it in because we feel, oh, we're too much, or like, whatever it is. So invite the sound into your practice, work with the voice, unblock whatever is there. Maybe there's some shame, maybe there is some insecurity, whatever it is. Let's shake it to the surface. Nice. Shake the legs out. And we're gonna shake ourselves to the top of the mat. Maybe this looks quite funny. Maybe you wanna shake yourself around. Don't worry, no one else is watching. Maybe they are. Maybe you look really weird. Who cares? And slowly we're gonna make our way back down. Onto our bums, onto our backs, into a Shavasana. Land yourself on the floor. Or maybe you want to stay standing up. Whatever feels better for you. Explore it. Anyway, I'm going to be on the floor, so join me on the floor if you would like. Big inhale. Long exhale. Big inhale. Long exhale. Again, inviting sound. Maybe it's just a big sigh or a yawn. Close your eyes. Let's all join in this Shavasana, the corpse pose, to close this little session together. And just allow yourself to feel the sensations that have been shook up, not only by the movement and the stretching and the breathing, but also the shaking itself. Maybe it activated something inside of you that you were perhaps not aware of. Perhaps it was something that you had within your body that needed to be shook up. Maybe you had this experience where someone has told you you are too much when you start expressing yourself or speaking your truth or whatever it is. This is your chance to just feel into those sensations, to feel that it is a safe space for you to release. You are allowed to express yourself. So feel into that and just embrace whatever comes to the surface with no judgment. Breathe into it and soften to it. And you can just stay here for as long as you need to. Take the time for yourself. Keep the eyes closed. Just keep on marinating in this feeling of dropping into your body, of taking time for yourself. Again, it's an absolute pleasure to see you here in this online world. It's a very interesting one to navigate for myself, so I'm very happy that you're here to go on this journey with me. Sending you lots of love. Have a beautiful day or night. Namaste.